Welcome back, watch fans. We have an amazing watch market update for you today. That's right, the watch market is about to collapse. Unbelievable but true. Look, if you haven't been paying attention, the stock markets are crashing. The American stock markets are crashing. Bitcoin is collapsing. That's right, your Bitcoin is about to be worthless. Your Bitcoin is going to be as valuable as this parking ticket over there. That's right, that's what your Bitcoin is going to be. Unbelievable but true. In this video, I'm going to explain to you which watches are going to get whacked the most, which watches are going to take the biggest hit, and will have the biggest absolute collapse, but also which ones you could actually be making money in. That's right, you can make bigly and huge money with watches. That's the whole point of our channel. This is the only channel on the planet whose goal is to get on the ground floor of those watches that can double or triple in value over the next 2 to 5 years, while you can enjoy them on your wrist. Meanwhile, this is not the right example, by the way. This watch is dead money. This is a Jaquet Droz with the meteorite dial, okay? But let me tell you what's going to collapse and which is going to be worthless, okay? Now look, we did a video on this last week. We did a post. We warned you. You were warned. That's right. You were warned about this. But look, you guys have taken no action. But it's okay. It's okay. Look, a lot of you guys are tomato cans, window lickers, crumb bums, especially the crumb bums. So here's what's going on. We're going to give you some insider information from the Federal Reserve. That's right. We got sources at the Federal Reserve. And this is what they're telling us, my friends, okay? We got deep insider information. So here's the deal. Look, the El Trump, you know, he's kicking all the Puerto Ricans out of the country, right? So Juan and Kino were deported to La Isla de Cucarachas. Now here's the thing, there's about 10 million of these guys here, right? 10 million of these illegals, right? And when you start deporting them, it actually does have a negative effect on the economy. Why is that? Well, look, number one is, a lot of these guys supply the cheap labor, right? There's a lot of cheap labor. Look at this. This whole city here, Las Vegas, it relies on cheap labor, okay? The Americans don't want to do any work. The Americans are fat and lazy, okay? So they got to import the Mexicans, right? Now, here's the thing. Ironically, and this is the reality. So Mexico is actually Mexico. Oh, there's also the tariffs. We're going to get to the tariffs in a second. But here's the thing. This whole place actually belongs to the Mexicans. Unbelievable but true. I don't know if you guys know this, but California, Nevada, Texas, Arizona, all that was owned by the Mexicans. The Americans actually stole that land. This is historical fact. So this is Alto California, okay? This is Alto California. So it's actually the Mexicans are the only ones of all these Puerto Ricans that actually have a legal right to be here. That's right. The Mexicans have more of a right to be living in, because basically it's their land. It was their land for, you know, hundreds of years, right? Texas, that's right, Texas. You know, it's really property of Mexico, right? It was stolen from the Mexicans. Now, here's the deal, my friends. Don't be clowns, okay? Don't be bukyaks. So what happens is when you start deporting the Puerto Ricans, now the Puerto Ricans, the Puerto Ricans are illegal migrants. They steal hubcaps. They steal marble tiles all over Miami, yeah, you got those guys. You got to deport. The Mexicans are okay. We need the Mexicans, okay? The Mexicans are hard-working people. They're the only ones who do any work in this country, all right? All the others, throw them out, toss them out, okay? Maybe the Guatemalans are okay, but you know, the Venezuelans, out, okay? Canadians, out. The Canadians are the biggest scum of the earth, okay? The Canadians, now here's the thing, the Canadians should all be deported, and actually Canada should be turned into like a giant prison factory to make cheap electronics. It should be made into like a territory of America and to make cheap electronics. Okay, enough with the politics. Let's talk about the reality of economics. So number one is you got no immigration now. You got no illegals coming into the country, so you got no more cheap labor. And also, these guys are also buying a lot of rice and beans, right? And whatever. And like you got Juan and Kino, those guys. Juan is a big consumer of, what is it? He loves buying that Colombia. You know that brand Colombia, which is like, I mean, What is that? It's just like, who wears that shit? Like, you know, he wears those fishing shirts, those Columbia fishing shirts, and then he wears the ones with the whale, the little whale. Now, here's the thing. This is very strange because the Columbia brand, that fishing stuff, that's like stuff that, you know, that Midwestern Americans, fat, sloppy Midwestern Americans buy. And the whale, the little whale, I think that, what is that called? That's the Nantucket, some Nantucket bullshit, whatever. That's mostly East Coast WASP homosexuals who wear that brand. Now, I don't know. Juan I don't think he's in any of those demographics, so it's very strange that he loves wearing those brands in all his videos. And I pay attention to this because I pay attention to social and demographic trends. Okay, these things are very important. Okay, very important. Now, hang on one second. Let me get a sniff of this. This stuff smells good. Oof, like heaven. So okay, so basically you got the economy. The economy is getting crushed. Okay, because of the illegals are getting tossed out, and now you got the tariffs. The tariffs. Now look, you got to tariff the Canadians. The Canadians have been ripping us off for hundreds of years. Okay, they're traitors. They're traitors of they partnered with King George. They partnered with King George to you know, to what do you call it? To take back America and give it back to the English. That's right. The Canadians are not our friends. Okay, they really aren't. They're a bunch of all scumbags and thieves and homosexuals. And what else? What were we talking about? Canadians? Yeah. Anyhow, look. So the tariff thing, it's bad for the markets. Now, let me tell you something. I know a thing or two about the markets because, well, listen. Let's just say me and Jay Powell are good friends. Okay, me and Jay Powell are good friends, and here's what he's telling me. Look, by the way, listen. One thing I know is I'm a very visual guy, right? I'm a very visual. I understand. You know, this is why I understand style. I understand trends. And one thing I look at is charts. The charts. Okay, you look at the stock charts. We got major breakdown. Okay, you got a breakdown below the. You know, you got a double top in the Nasdaq, in the Bitcoin. It's crashing below the support line, the neckline. You got major technical sell signals. Okay, you got major technical sell signals. Now look, you never know. There could be, you know, sometimes these things could turn around. You never know. They could manipulate the markets. Who knows? But right now, we are in basically free fall. Okay, so what's going to happen is once the Puerto Ricans get deported, once the markets crash, once Bitcoin goes to zero, guess what's going to happen to your Rolex? Well, your Rolex is going to be worthless, okay? Your modern bullshit Rolex, your modern AP are going to be worthless. Even the Jacques Drouot, I hate to say this, I don't want to insult the Jacques Drouot media right here, the watch from space. Now this watch it doesn't even matter because this watch basically has no bid, okay? It's a buy appointment only. There's no real market. It's limited edition, 88 pieces, okay? I'm waiting for a Chinese billionaire to buy this watch because this is for the Chinese market. You get the feng shui and all that. You know what I'm saying? The 8, you see the 8? Feng shui, 88 pieces, limited edition. Now, here's the deal. All these things are going to have a negative effect on the economy, and the economy is actually quite fragile. I can't believe how loud they play this fucking music here. It's like they don't have no respect for cinematographers. This is a shithole. I bet this place goes out of business within 6 months. The Fountain Blue, because they play the music so loud here. It's an insult to cinematographers like myself. Look, guys, here's the reality. Okay, I'm gonna give to you the reality. Okay, I'm gonna give you the reality. The reality is, this is where Juan and Kino are gonna be this weekend. Okay, now. The reality is we're probably going to get into a recession. We haven't had a recession in 17 years. Now, I'm not a doom and gloomer. I'm not. But look at this. You know, no trees grow to the sky. And here's the thing. This is the whole irony of everything, right? Because everybody was all pumped up on the El Trump, including myself. But all that was discount, okay? So the reason why Nasdaq, Bitcoin all went to the moon, you know, up until January, was because that was all priced in. It was all priced in. You know the old story, buy the rumor, sell the news. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Now the market is selling the news. Okay. Now Trump is going to be the best thing to happen to America since Columbus came here. Okay. Trump is the best thing to happen to America. Greatest president of all time. But listen, he has to clean up a lot of crap. Okay. There's going to be a lot of pain in the next maybe year, because look, not only are you getting rid of the migrants, the illegals, you're getting rid of the scammers from Canada and Mexico, the tariffs to stop these grifters, but also you got the bigger grifters. You know which one I'm talking about? I'm talking about all these government contractors. These guys are ripping off taxpayers like you and me. These guys who all live in Virginia, you know these guys, these consulting firms, these Booz Allen Hamilton, McKinsey type of guys, you know, these grifters. They're all grifters, and they are fleecing the Americans. Okay, they got all these contractors. You got these fugazi defense contractors that are delivering overpriced shit. And here's what's going to happen when the El Musk and El Trump, when they start cleaning that stuff up. That means well, they're going to get rid of a lot of waste, but all that spending, these contractors, who do you think buys the Rolex day-date? Who do you think buys that shit, right? Scammers, government scammers. Who do you think buys a platinum day-date 40? Who do you think buys that type of thing? Usually it's a guy who's like, connected to a registered sex offender, one of these no-show job Democrat guys who get, various grift going on. I don't want to mention any names, but you know what I'm saying, right? These guys who all tied in with crooked Hillary, registered sex offender Anthony Weiner, the Ocucks. So look, what's going to happen is that all that spending is going to go away. So what's going to get hit the most? Modern Rolex. Okay, your modern Rolex, your AP and modern Patek. Okay, those. I mean, that's kind of the. It's going to be like a wildfire in California. I mean, these brands are like these old houses made out of timber in Pacific Palisades and Malibu, right? They're going to get. I mean, all you need is a little bit of a wind, right? You get that wind, you get some flames, and boom, it's gone, right? So what's going to be left standing? So in my opinion, the brands where you can hide out, where your money is going to be safe, where your money is safe, you know where your money is going to be safe? Some vintage models that we've been talking about on this channel. Look, I think some things might actually, I don't think they're going to go down, but they're going to be suppressed. Now look, the Patek Ellipse, we're fans of that. That one I think is going to do quite well. Again, we showed you the watch yesterday. That I think that's going to be a double no matter what happens. Patek 3940 is 3940G, the top G. It's about 100 grand now. Some guys are asking for a full set, 100 Gs. That watch is going to be 250 in a few years. Right now, I think the real price should be around 80, 75. 80,000 is the price that should be really, and it might probably go down there over the next couple months, and then it's gonna just go to the moon, right? Because here's the thing, what you guys don't realize. See, these vintage watches like the 3940 Patek, they were only making 150 of them a year. Okay, Patek, that's right. I mean, they were doing it for 25 years, but only doing 100, 150 a year, and that's across. Yellow gold, rose gold, white gold, and platinum. Okay, so 4 metals. So you're talking about, if you have a white gold like the Colonel, a top G, that watch they probably only made 25 or 30 a year. Okay, so that one I think your money is relatively safe. This is Juan's favorite place, the Chicken Ranch. Unbelievable, but true. That's right, that low life, him and Kino. Unfortunately, they can't go there anymore because they're in La Isla del Cucarachas. So here's what's going on. now again, things might turn around tomorrow. You never know. Things are very, very fluid, as they say. Fluid, very fluid. They're like fluid, like Don Corleone, El Duce de Chomostan, and the old cuck at the Man Country Bathhouse. A lot of fluids there. Now, here's the deal, guys. The modern. Oh, hey, what's going on here? But I can't walk through here. Oh, there we go. All right, so here's what's going on, my friends. Bottom line is, this is the only channel that takes you to high-class places like this. This is the I think this is the only time a Jacques Rose has ever been near. This is where the Ocuck shops for built-in pocket square jackets, I think. Unbelievable but true. Look, gentlemen's, and I do mean gentlemen's, don't be tomato cans. Don't get flim-flammed by these crumb bums, okay? I'm actually very serious about this. This is not like some hype thing. No, modern Rolex is gonna take a big hit. Okay, modern Rolex, modern AP. We're already seeing what's going on. Okay, anything current production stuff is gonna get wrecked. Okay, you're looking at the Rolex day date. I did a video about that. Rolex day date 40s. Those things are piling up. They're piling up. Even the meteorites. That's right. The meteorite dial day date 40s. Those things went all the way up. They went all the way up to about 85 grand plus. Okay, white gold day date meteorite, 85 grand. Okay, now that was 2 years ago. List price on that is, I think it was 49, I believe, at the time. Okay, now gentlemen, and I do mean gentlemen, don't pay, and I mean don't pay more than 25,000 and dropping faster than Juan and Kino's pants at the Man Country Bathhouse. That's right. No, all kidding aside, the day date 40 is collapsing. They're piling up unsold inventory. 50 grand, 52 grand, I think we're seeing. That's really, that's kind of, and by the way, the retail now, I think they raised it to like 52, whatever. So there's a whole bunch of dealers that got stuck with this, right? So 52 plus tax, really. So really, that means if you try to get one at the AD, as the kids call it, the AD, you're up to almost 60 G's in most places in the US, right? So the fact is, now they're selling below sticker on Chrono 24. And guess what? I think those watches are going to be 40, I would say by the end of this year, 40 to 45,000. 40 to 45 is where they're going to be, and they're probably going to hit like 40, like 40, 45, and then they're just going to stay there for a long time. Okay, it's Rolex day date is dead money. They do make some beautiful watches, to be honest. There's some beautiful watches, but it's mass produced. It's like the Louis Vuitton bags. You know those Louis Vuitton bags you guys buy for your hookers? Yeah, the Louis Vuitton bags. Those bags are mass produced, right? They're mass produced, and yeah. Listen, guys, it's tough out there. It's tough out there. Look, you got people sleeping on the streets here. You got people sleeping on the streets. The rent is so high. You got people sleeping on the streets. Unbelievable but true. Unbelievable but true. I mean, it's crazy. I think that was Juan. I think that was Juanita. I think he snuck his way back in. But look, here's the reality. The reality is the prices really are collapsing. I'm not exaggerating. Look, sometimes we make some jokes on this channel. We make some jokes. But sometimes it's all fun and games. But this is serious. This is very serious, okay? This is very, very serious. And the chances are is if you got modern Rolex, you're going to be sitting on a loss. Now look, don't feel bad. 10 years from now, if you paid 20 grand, or you paid 15 grand for that Submariner, you paid, I don't know, 10, 15 grand for that Submariner. Listen, it's not bad, because if you wait 10 years, you'll be able to get your money back. I'm sure in 10 years, your Rolex Submariner with a ceramic is going to be worth 10 to 15 grand, depending on configuration. So it's okay. It just means that your money is dead for 10 years. It's dead money, okay? And by the way, that's the historic norm in the watch market. That's the reality. You guys just got tomato canned. You got tomato canned by COVID. A lot of you Bukiaks, you were listening to these Bukiakistan channels like the JJ Bukiak, the Archie Luxuries, the One-Eyed Whitaker, Artem Pizdets, another guy that's getting deported. You got the Pillsbury Doughboy. That's the Pillsbury Doughboy with a Taliban beard who's hiding out in Chicago. Now that guy's getting deported. He's getting sex trafficked, actually. He's being sex trafficked by Don Corleone and the JJ Bukiak. Okay? Why do you think he's in Chicago? Now, he's a Canadian citizen. He's a Canadian citizen who snuck in here illegally. Actually, he was trafficked. He got trafficked. He got trafficked by JJ Bukiak and Curly, Don Corleone from Illinois. And listen, I'll leave it to your imagination why they would want this young gentleman, the Pillsbury Doughboy with a Taliban beard. Why would they want this young gentleman? Why would they bring him to America? Well, I'll leave it to your imagination, okay? I'll leave it to your imagination. Okay, look, gentlemen, and I do mean gentlemen, make sure you click like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.